First off is sanguineous. Why is there a thing 1 and thing 2? Yeah, it's redacted. So I'm like, I just imagine them as thing 1 and thing 2. Okay, so the first is sanguineous, right? And the other day we were talking about it, and he's like definitely a personal trainer at the gym. But I'm just gonna say, I think he's definitely a science-based lifter. But he's like one of those science-based that's like, you know, he's trying to find merit in like any program, I think. Sandy is C tier? No way he's C tier. He's like a really supportive personal trainer. There's no way he's C tier. Like, he's there. How are we ranking them? Ranking them based on, I guess, you know, like, who you would want to work out with, I would say, is a good one. You know, which one of these gym goers are you wanting to be around, right? I think that's a good way to do it. Top of the list goes closest, right? So the closest to the next tier goes closest to that letter. And then, like, the further out you get there. Yeah, but I think Sanguinius is definitely a personal trainer. He's a very supportive personal trainer. He's the personal trainer that you really want. And if you start, like, having a bit of a hot girl moment at the gym, he's gonna calm you down and be like, it's okay. You're doing your best. You know? He's gonna tell you, like, listen, these are the dietary guidelines, right? If you're a little bit off, it's fine, right? Don't panic, right? He's there to make you feel good. You are going to see progress in your plan. You know? You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it in your plan. Yeah, I would say we can only have, I think, one S tier. For now, to be safe, I'm gonna put him in A tier. High A tier. Like, I want that science-based guy who tells me not to panic. You can have 2 S tiers, I would say. Okay, S tier. But I don't know if he's, like, the biggest S tier. Jagged Icon, yesterday, I got that he, from my audience, we were talking about him. And I think I'm going to amend it a little bit, right? Our thing was like he goes on the treadmill, just 0 to 60. Just walks in the gym, goes on the treadmill, full fucking sprint. I think he needs to hear the wind whistle through his ears. So I think he isn't necessarily going on the treadmill. Maxes the treadmill and still isn't satisfied. Yeah, exactly. So what he does instead is he's going to go on that machine. Do you guys know the treadmill I'm talking about where it keeps up with your pace? It looks like a death trap. It really does. Like, I think he wants to go on that one if there isn't turf available. I think he definitely doesn't warm up. Jagged Eye does not warm up. There's no warming up. He's constantly ready. He's going. He's ready, right? So not the torture prison treadmills? Yeah, like not the one where you with the button. And the thing with these ones are, these treadmills, right? Son of a bitch just slapped a nail. It would be the lion to complain about breaking a claw. But like, I think, you know, and the thing with these ones is that they make so much fucking noise, right? So he just 0 to 60, boom, no warm up, just goes full tilt. You can hear it throughout the entire gym. You can hear it through your noise canceling headphones. I don't know what that thing is called. It's a treadmill variation. Hold on. Assault Fitness Runner Pro. Okay, so it's an Aussie Pro Runner curved treadmill. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. This is it. It's the Assault Fitness one. Also, I feel like he tests his lungs out and, like, screams and chants at the same time. Like, he's making sure his cardio is working. I think his full sprint is his zone 2. Like, zone 2, you can still talk. This is what I'm talking about. Right here. Those things. And they go super fast, but they're super loud because they keep pace with you. That's him. He goes in, no warm-up. You're afraid he's going to pull something, but he doesn't. Just because I hear him through my... I mean, it's impressive. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking impressive. So I don't want to knock him for it. So, like, I don't want to put him in C tier. Because that's not a C tier thing, right? That's, like, super impressive. But I also don't want to put him in A tier. Or B... Like, maybe B tier? The problem is a gym bro. I feel like there is almost no conversation with him. No, he doesn't talk with you. I mean, he's there. He doesn't go with anybody. That's the thing. I don't think he's like, I think he's probably a solid, I mean, it's impressive, but I'm also like, dude, come on. You're bursting my eardrums. I think I'm going to put him in B tier. He's like solid B tier. Thing one of the redacted primarchs. I think this guy is not going to the gym because he quit after July. F tier. Or after January. Fuck. Yeah. F tier, here. He quit. He was a New Year's resolutioner that just couldn't do it. Hold on. New Year, same shit. There we go. Same shit tier, right? That's him. He was kicked out of the story on who changes depending on who you ask. Yeah. His story changes on why. No, I think that's thing two. We'll get there. We'll get there. You're taking my jokes. I think Perturabo, he's called the Lord of Iron for a reason. I think he's probably only working with, like, dumbbells. He's the dumbbell guy. I think he gets the hundies. And he's doing chest press, like, all the time. Like, he doesn't hit legs. He doesn't hit legs. I'm sorry. Like, that man does not hit legs. And, like, if you ask a dumbbell person, they're like, I only use dumbbells. They're some of the most militant-ass people ever. Oh, no. He's not a dumbbell guy. He's not a dumbbell guy. I changed my mind. Talking about NYR, I managed to achieve my first month goal. Fuck yeah, 1 book down. Nice. 11 more to go, and I want to quit already. No Purdy bench presses an entire car. He does bench press an entire car. I would say he doesn't do bench press very often, and here's why. Perturabo is definitely going to be judging everyone who works out. Absolutely. Absolutely he will. I think he's the kettlebell guy. And the medicine ball guy. And hear me out. So, like, he's like, I want to be efficient, right? Just super brutal efficiency, right? That's Perturabo. Brutal efficiency, right? A what? A kettlebell. It's like cardio and weights all in one. I love my kettlebell. You're going to have to prime my kettlebell for my cold, dead hands. Perturabo would be the creepy guy looking at you in the gym while doing a half workout because it's always leg day. Ooh, fair point. Let me raise you one. So, I'm thinking he does a lot of this kind of stuff where it's like kettlebell or medicine ball or something like that. Like, really efficient shit, right? He's getting his cardio and his weights in one. Purdy is the guy in the window shaking head at you. He's definitely judging you. I think he's judging you because you're there actually getting gains and you're, like, actually doing your workout, maybe with Sanguinius as your trainer, right? And it's like, so about functional training, man. He's the first guy to do the medicine ball thing, or, like, the, not medicine ball, the, Bosu ball ab shit, because it's like, it's working your core, it's working your stability, right? I think he's judging you because you're not doing functional enough training like he does. And so he's, I think, the kettlebell guy? Coming from the kettlebell girl, honestly. I'm the kettlebell girl. Purdy is on steroids. We'll get to steroids in a minute. Hold on. We'll get to who's on gear. But I think he's, like, super obsessed with functional training. He's the guy who starts with 10 people in a group and forces one person to leave each session. So, yeah. Yeah, I think for all of the talk of efficiency and efficiently building muscle, his physique is surprisingly mid. But he, like, only works with, like, kettlebells and shit, I think. Maybe some free weights. I think he's doing some free weights. I can see him benching as a treat, you know? He's all about efficiency. I think he's going to want to get cardio and weights in the same. So I really am going to stick with kettlebell here. I'm going to put him in C tier. Oops. C tier. I think he goes into solid C tier. Wolf. Lehman Russ. Lehman Russ is feral. Definitely. He's the feral guy at the gym with cut-off sweatpants at the knee. And he cut them himself. You can tell because it's unraveling. Like, a long time ago. That's, like, the most feral guy at the gym, by the way, guys. Is the guy with, like, cut off stuff like that. Russ on drugs and steroids. Is he on PEDs or just rage? Is he just fueled on rage? I don't know if he's on PEDs. I think he just eats raw liver. Like, a lot of raw liver. I think he's on a lot of supplements for sure. Whether or not those are PEDs, I don't know. Russ is the 40k Liver King. I think he's actually what Liver King wants to be, though. For real, though, I think he's what Liver King imagines himself as. I think Russ is the real Liver King. You don't know what he smells like, but you've never smelled it before in your life. What is he doing now? I definitely think there's a lot of screaming going on. I don't think he's like... I think he's actually putting his money where his mouth is. Russ is B, but above Jagged Eye. Ooh, strong case. I was going to put him in A tier. Because I think he's actually good at what he does. I think Russ... There's a lot of screaming. I think there's screaming for a reason. He's lifting some heavy weight. I don't know if he's a power lifter type. I think he's more strongman. No, I think Russ... Okay, so definitely he has that Viking thing going on, right? And if there's anything the Vikings are good at, it's fucking strongman. He's definitely doing the strongman shit. Like, you're seeing him throw stones and things like that. He's definitely the mountain. Listen, as loath as I am to say it, being a Thousand Suns player, right? Russ is tough. And when he says something, he backs it up with his actions. I'm going to put him in A tier. I think I'm going to put him in A tier. I think he deserves to be an A tier. I think his program works. I think it's highly specialized. I think he's definitely a strongman type. Highly specialized shit. Right? A tier. Right? I think I'd train with him if I wanted to be with strongman. Right? If I wanted to be strongman, I would do it. Ooh, Lorgar. This one's hard. This one's really hard. Because he's definitely militant about something. But I don't know what. Okay, I definitely think he's got a shaker cup full of supplements. Ooh. Lorgar would definitely be the workout to a T with no variation, I would say. Yeah, he's definitely very militant about something. Now, where he fit. This guy, I think, is just easily manipulated. I think Lorgar, he got sold every supplement on the market and was told it was going to work. His physique's worse than mid. Not even mid. Not even a mid-tier physique. And he buys it. He, like, thinks that you really do need BCAAs for your intro workout. Lorgar lives by faith, not by sight. Welcome in, Lemur King. No, I think Lorgar definitely takes his BCAAs because he was sold them by a very charismatic guy. And he's like, you know what? This guy looks good. I should probably have intro workout nutrition. Right? So, and like, he's trying to like tell people that this is how you do it. So, oh yeah, he would definitely be the MLM guy and then only do the bare minimum workouts for PR. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would say Lorgar for this reason, just because, listen, it's not that he's bad for doing it. Listen, I will always kind of defend Lorgar on the DL. Like, on the DL, I defend Lorgar, right? I think he really did want just the truth, right? I don't think he's bad for it. I think he was just manipulated into it by a very charismatic dude. So I think I'm going to put him... I'm thinking about C. I'm sorry, I'm thinking C. Lower C tier? I think behind Perturabo? I don't think he goes in D, because it's not his fault, right? I think Erebus was the guy at the supplement store who really manipulated into him. So I think we're going to put him low C tier. It isn't his fault, right? He just did not get the best info. I would put him in F. It's definitely New Year's, same shit. I think he's right here. I don't think it's his fault, guys. I cannot put him in F. This is like a custom thing for thing 2. I'm gonna put a separate F tier in here. Who's next? Sanguinius. Not Sanguinius. Fuck, I get them mixed up. It's Lorgar. He's not changing. I know he's not changing, but it's not his fault. That's my thing. I think he got manipulated into it. I don't think he's bad for it. So next up is Fulgrim. It's definitely his fault. He's happy not changing. You make a solid point. He's just not evil. Okay. You make a solid point. You do. You really do make a solid point there. I think... Alright, fine. We'll meet in the middle. I'm gonna put him in D tier. D tier. Because I'm sorry. I can't hurt my baby Lorgar like that. That's my little guy. That's my little zealot guy. He's so abused. He's so abused. I can't do it in good conscience, guys. Fulgrim occupies a very... but needs a spa. Good facial bone structure. Oh, yeah. Fulgrim, mirror, muscles only. Ooh. Good point. Good point. I will consider it. He's very vain. But also I think he's vain enough to work as posterior chain. And here's the thing. I think Fulgrim is prepping for something. I was saying this the other day. I think he's prepping for classic physique. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the posture check. And the stretch. So Fulgrim is definitely prepping for something. I think he's prepping for male classic physique. I think he never wins first. And he's getting really insecure about it. I think he's willing to try anything at this point. Fulgrim would be okay at the workout, but then have to leave early to do other stuff. Enough to look good and do his job. No more because he has other pursuits. Honestly, I can see that. I can really see that. I think he's prepping, though. Fulgrim. No, Fulgrim! No, he wants classic physique, dog. He's going for that middle tier, not quite open bodybuilding. Not that really high, you know, roid belly shit. But, like, and not like Trunks, because he wants to show off his legs. So it's not like physique, even though that's, like, lean and tapered and, like, you know, the beach body. I would say Fulgrim is doing all sorts of different stuff. He definitely has a plan. He's eaten his broccoli and brown rice. Some people have a six-pack. I have a keg. Fuck yeah. Okay, I gotta rank him somewhere. I think I'm gonna put him... I can't in good conscience put him in A tier. I mean, he has a great physique. He looks incredible, right? But, like, his personality kind of sucks, right? He's, like, just really focused on that. I would say he's trying anything at this point. He may or may not be on gear. Maybe. Just munching a little bit on those tremboloni sandwiches. True as a gym bro, not great. Yep. That guy is very into watching himself in the mirror. Oh, yeah, he's doing his poses. Fulgrim has the riz to do the workout with the hot girls, but doesn't exert himself, I would say. Ooh. He wants to make it look easy, to kind of, like, take them down a peg. I think he's definitely working out with some hot girls. Be dying on the bench list and he would get distracted as you saw himself. Yeah, pretty much. I would say, if as far as gym goers go, I'm going to put him in C tier. I think I'm going to put him... He wants to be perfect, but but I'm going to put him closer to B tier, I think. He goes before Perturabo. Skips leg day, Perturabo. Lorgar, maybe. I feel like Lorgar might skip leg day sometimes, not because he wants to, but because things just fall that way. Fulgrim skips leg day because he ain't got no legs. Oh. Or maybe he's just one big leg. Maybe he hit legs so much that now he's just one giant leg. You know? Think about it, right? He's hit legs so much that it just eventually morphs into one leg. No, that's his dick? Oh, shit. Maybe I'll put him in A tier. No, I'm kidding. Okay, Mortarion. My husband's in this chat. Mortarion. Definitely. Mortarion is D because his workout is insane. I don't know about his workout. I know about his shaker cup. His shaker cup, you could smell it from across the gym because he hasn't washed it for a while. You don't know how. Mortarion is the worst. Dude hasn't ever showered. Oh yeah, he definitely doesn't shower before he goes to the gym. He doesn't wipe off his equipment. His shaker cup brings all the boys to the yard. Yeah, so like people, I think in his shaker cup when he goes, what you think is in there is just a concoction. Is all I could say. A concoction. You could smell last week's workout on this guy. Yeah. He has this shaker cup when he opens it up. It's like, it hits you in the face at first with turbo fruit. because he has enough pre-workout in there to kill an elephant. But that's what gets him going. He just cannot get to the gym unless he can kill an elephant with the amount of pre-workout he's on. Has a musk that attracts all the single ladies. Like, he smells so bad that it ends up crossing into the zone of, oh, he actually smells good. That sort of thing. He is sweaty. No, he's pouring sweat. So, I mean, he's putting some work in. Or is he just sweaty as a guy? I think his shaker cup, at first, smells like Giga Fruit. And, I don't know, some sort of industrial cleaner. Because all of that blue raspberry and sour apple and shit like that, all the C4 he puts in it, and like all this other stuff, doesn't wipe down. Yeah, he definitely doesn't wipe down. Then it becomes a hazard to others. Yeah, it's like an oil slick. I think he definitely has just all sorts of different pre-workouts in there. Because that's what gets him going. That's what gets him out the door. Right? And he can't work out without it. And he, like, looks really calm. Even though he's on 5 different types of pre-workouts. And stuff like that. Because he's just built up such a caffeine tolerance that he needs more. And he doesn't take a tolerance break at all. He never takes a tolerance break. It is go big or go home. I will either fucking die from cardiac arrest when I am in my zone 1 cardio. Or I don't go to the fucking gym. Right? So he's on pre-workout. A ton of pre-workout. Now, I think his workouts... Ooh, what is he doing for workouts? It is definitely PR or ER. And he's doing everything to send himself to the ER. But somehow he keeps going and no one knows how he's still alive. Oh, definitely. He has a shaker cup, right? And it smells like fruit. But then when you get down to the bottom of it, like whenever you kind of take a good sniff of it, when he passes you by, you can smell spoiled milk. Because he always has his pre-work, or he always has his... The concoctions are severely untested. He's taking shit out of unlabeled bottles for sure. Maybe he makes his own. Like, he just gets the raw ingredients and he makes his own. But you can also tell that he puts milk in every one of his protein shakes. Because he lets it sit. And he doesn't wash it out on time. And you know, guys, you know when you have that shaker cup full of milk, you have exactly 20 minutes to wash it out once you're done. Or else it's going to smell like death, right? He buys all the stuff that ships in wrapped Ziploc bags on websites he doesn't speak the language. Pretty much. He doesn't know what's in that shit. I think he goes to the gym and is just like, I'm going to do the big lifts. I think he just does the big lifts. Maybe. I don't think he does any machines or anything because that's for pansies, is what he thinks. I think he's doing the big lifts. I think he's doing tire flips. I think he's doing some archaic level shit. Right? Listen, I love the tire flip. It's archaic. Just to inconvenience people. Oh, yeah, that annoying kind of circuit training that people do. He's slow on each machine. Takes him forever to get off of it. I think he's doing pause reps the entire time. He really is doing pause reps. I think he's doing like bench stuff, but I think he's doing pause reps for it. He texts in the squat machine. Oh, yeah. Because he's a powerlifter type. He takes naps in the squat rack. But at least he's getting shit done, right? I can look at him and be like, oh, wow, all right. So he definitely is seeing it, like, I think he knows what he's doing. I think... Why did we say Perturabo was in C tier? I forget. I'm going to put him in C tier, I think. Very Nurgle coded. That's the slow grind. Yeah, I can respect it. That's the thing. Like, I'm thinking about putting him middle C tier. But I can see a case for D tier. I can respect the grind. I think I'm going to put him middle C tier. The problem is the smell. Yeah, but I mean, like, he knows what he's doing, right? I mean, you could tell that guy, you know? I think... Okay, so the next up is Conrad. Conrad Kurz. Ooh. Yeah, he's better than Lorgar, but you don't want to talk to him. You definitely don't want to talk to this guy. But, I mean, low-key, you kind of want to get what his split is, you know? Conrad is methodical. I like that. I really do. I like that. I mean, he's kind of a crackhead about it, but I think he's a methodical crackhead. That's my band name. I think Conrad mean, his whole thing, right, is like wearing the skin of your enemies, right? So he's competitive. Batman on meth. Love that. I think he's definitely very competitive. I always say, listen, the Night Lords are on some hot girl shit, right? If you never got off the pain serum. The Night Lords are on some hot girl shit. He's not doing the hot girl workouts, mind you. But he's on that hot girl shit, I think. But, like, Conrad is the guy who spends his time enforcing the gym rule. Ooh, yeah. He corrects your form all the time. And he can't be more wrong about it. Like, he cannot be more wrong about it. No, I love that not cute. I love that so much. Yeah, he's the first guy to pull the lunk alarm. If you worked at Planet. First guy to pull the lunk alarm. 100%. I think he's correcting your form a lot, but he cannot be more wrong about it. Like, no, that's not how that works. Like, he's telling you on a squat to keep your knees in, right? To get more power. Like, he's telling you to point your toes in because it hits a different muscle group. I would say Conrad, I'm sorry. We're going to put him in. He's our first F tier. I'm sorry. That's just too annoying. I would say F tier. I fucking hate that guy. I had one guy come up and he's like, and I'm doing like just lateral raises. And he basically told me to do a front raise. I'm like, what the fuck? Conrad is that guy. Cannot be more wrong about it. Plus, when you make eye contact with him, he keeps telling you how you're going to die. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just don't make eye contact with this guy. Just fucking avoid this guy. Yeah, F tier. Solid F tier. I'm sorry. Our first entry into F tier. I was worried we weren't going to get there. Primarch, this is for you. Vulcan. We love Vulcan. It's just where in S tier am I going to put him? I think Vulcan, we talked about this the other day. 10 out of 10 on, no notes. Yeah, I mean, obviously S tier. It's just whether or not he's before or after Sanguinius. Because you can't make a tie on here, right? Oh yeah, it's S tier. I'm just figuring out where. He is, oh yeah, friendly guy. Might work out with the hot girls, but not to look at. He's there. I mean, I think he would. Above Sanguinius? Go until failure with him, and he is proud. And it doesn't matter which weight you're doing. We definitely thought he was like the powerlifter guy, like the powerlift teddy bear. He's the teddy bear powerlifter, for sure. And like, I think you ask him for a spot, even if he's in the middle of the set, he's gonna do it. Crash out on 5 pounds, he's proud? Absolutely, he's proud of you. See, it's like the same as Sanguinius, I don't know. Because Sanguinius is super supportive. So is Vulcan. But like Vulcan, okay, you hire Sanguinius. He doesn't necessarily come to you. That's the thing. I think they do share the S tier. I think just on the virtue of he will spot you even though he's not your trainer. And he's super, super supportive and will give you all the tips that he has without being paid. I think he's going to go slightly before Sanguinius. This might be controversial. They hate her because she told the truth. Vulcan does it free. He's just always at the gym. Yeah, and he's the powerlifter sweetheart. He's husband material. 100%. And because he's husband material, top S tier. I'm sorry. He just goes there. No one can beat him. You pay Vulcan in kindness, and he pays you back in dividends. Honest. Horus Lupercal, we definitely said was the gym manager. The Emperor owns this gym. Horus Lupercal is the gym manager. I think Horus, I think he does a little bit of everything. Yeah, it really does come down to, we're going, I guess since I got the Luna Wolves timeline when he's in white armor, I guess this is good guy Horus. I think Horus wants to be well-rounded. I think he's working out for Healthspan. I think he's getting up there in years. And he really just wants to be healthy. And so I think he's doing all sorts of stuff. I think he's taking his greens powders. I think he's doing the solid, bits of advice. He's taking a multivitamin. Makes you feel good enough when you go to the gym. I do think that, yeah, I think he really sees your effort. I think he's the gym manager. And, he's, always there because he's there for his workers, right? So he's taking all the shifts that people are taking off, right? So he's taking all the gym employees can take time off because they know the manager's going to fill it, right? He's always there, and he notices that you're going consistently. And it's like, I noticed you came here for the new year and you're still here in February. I'm really proud of you. Keep going, right? He's definitely that guy, right? And he's like the 40-year-old kind of like dad that's kind of hot, I think that's Horus. I think he's definitely like A tier. I think he's A tier. I think he's doing everything he needs to do for a health span. I think he's that guy. I think he's like greens powder, multivitamin, has a solid protein powder, has a good, split that he's been doing for 40 years, right? Something like that. He found the sort of science-based, evidence-based split that works for him. He's been doing the same routine just to maintain muscle for the past 20 years. I'm going to put him... It's an A tier. One of the first guys to join the gym. Yeah, he was there from the golden age of Arnold onward. Now, whether or not he's before or after the feral Lehman Russ, I'm not sure. Because Lehman Russ is fucking feral, right? That's why we put him in A tier. He's feral, but it works. This guy is, like, super cool. And all of his shit works. I'm going to put him slightly before Lehman Russ. I'm sorry. Like, as a Magnus enjoyer, I have to, right? He just gives you the power drinks. He gives you a little extra supplements in your shake. Magnus is next. Now listen, I love Magnus. This is hashtag my primarch, right? Magnus doesn't go to the gym. He rides the bike to work every day and power walks on the weekend. Oh, shit, I do love that. I do love that. Horace thought the owner was juicing and absolutely lost it. Perfect, Fib. Perfect. That is perfect. Yes, absolutely. I think Magnus... I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying, not cute. I think he still works out, though. Low-key. I think he does... Ooh. He has the book on the elliptical, absolutely. He's the guy reading on the elliptical. I respect those guys. Listen, you're trying to optimize your life, read on the elliptical. I get it. I think Magnus... I think Magnus doesn't go to the same gym. He doesn't go to the same gym as the other guys. He doesn't go to a standard big box gym, right? These guys are all big box, right? Big box gym, right? Yeah, he's esoteric for sure. He's an esoteric health specialist. I think he goes to a rock climbing gym. Listen, I think he goes to a rock climbing gym. Because he forgot he agreed to it. Oh yeah, he'd go to like the big box gym once with Lorgar. But he definitely does it. Like, this guy has fucking forearms, right? Kind of stringy, little nerdy, but like will be a monkey up the wall. He goes to a rock climbing gym. And the only weights he does is in that tiny ass little weight section that they all have just for looks, right? And he barely does that, right? He just goes there he goes to that section for the elliptical. I think he goes to a different gym. I think he goes to a rock climbing gym or an MMA gym. No, rock climbing. Definitely rock climbing. Because I was thinking there's some nerdy ass guys in a jiu-jitsu club. Listen, if you go to jiu-jitsu, you're a fucking nerd. You're just compensating. I think Magnus is at a rock climbing gym. I think he's really, really good at rock climbing. But people are like, bro, like, why are you doing that? Like, it doesn't actually matter. Like, all the gains that you're making don't even look that good. He plays with supplements despite not knowing the full problems. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's so fair. But he quotes like, no. I said this the other day to my husband. I think he's definitely like, people are like, man, what do you do? Like, he looks incredible. He's definitely like the sleek sort of athletic build, has some massive fucking lats. It's just because he has great genetics and consistently does something, right? That's why he looks like that. But it's just like, like, really, dude, I think the secret, I just started taking snake venom, like esoteric shit. That was a thing, by the way. It was like snake venom. But he has this incredible supplement you just need to buy, yeah. I think Magnus takes some weird shit that hasn't been fully proven, but it has some proof behind it. Like promising research and just goes with it, right? He runs with it. Joe Rogan podcast. He does not listen to Joe Rogan. He does not, I'm sorry. He listens to Dan's Hardcore History. The owner, everybody keeps telling me careful, but I'm doing my own thing, yeah. I think he's a rock climber. I think that's in a B tier somewhere because it's definitely kind of like Jagged Eye. I feel like he reminds me a lot of Jagged Eye in that sense. But I think he's gonna go slightly after Jagged Eye, closer to C tier. I don't know. It feels right. Listen, that's my 40K guy right there. Listen, I love Magnus, but like, I have to be critical of him. If you love something, you got to be critical of it, right? And I think just on the virtue that Jagged Eye's shit works and his doesn't. I mean, it does, but only because he has good genetics. I am a little biased, so I have to be unbiased, right? So, like, I think his works because he has great genetics. Jagged Eye's works just because Jagged Eye is just all speed, right? He's running on the turf or on those assault treadmills, right? Thing 2, that's the other redacted Primarch. I think he got kicked out. We're going to make a separate row. What the fuck did you do out of 10? He got banned. First week. We don't know why. The jury's still out. We don't know what's going on there. We have no idea why he got banned. He just got banned. 11 is a steroid seller? Something. We don't know why he got banned, but he got banned for something. What the fuck did you do out of 10? That's thing 2. This is how I imagine the 2 redacted Primarchs, by the way. Angron. It was so bad they created a rule in gym saying you can't talk about it, and everyone's, yeah, you don't know what happened, but you cannot talk about it. Thing 2 is banned before the gym opened. Yeah, we don't know why. He just got banned. And Lehman Ross was the one to do it. Definitely the one to do it. No one really confirmed that for sure, but Lehman Ross 100% was the one to ban him. We don't know how. Angron is mad because of roid rage? Everyone in the gym is asking. Angron is definitely on gear. Definitely on a ton of gear. He is eating his tremboloni sandwiches. He is rehydrating with that little bit of, D-ball, right? All that. You see him injecting right before the workout. Not the tremboloni. He's on the tremboloni, for sure. He's eating his tremboloni sandwiches. He swears he's clean. Yeah, because he's like, I'm not on gear. Because he doesn't use assists in his lift. Like, he doesn't use straps. He doesn't use the sling for a bench, right? He's not assisted, right? It's like, no, I'm not using gear. What are you talking about? I don't use gear. It's like, no, but you're on gear. It's like, no, I'm not. And he gets really upset about it. But he thinks it's different. Cheating to him is using equipment. Like the little back things, like the foam things that you put over the bar whenever you're squatting to make it more comfortable in your traps. That to him is gear. The straps that you use to keep your grip, that is gear. The sling on your chest when you're doing bench press, that is gear. Leg wraps, gear. Lifting belt, gear. Trembolone, supplement. He looks incredible. He does a lot of weight. Right? Angron is the guy always in the corner, angry. You don't talk to him because you're worried he will hurt you if you say hi. Yeah. But he's like not gonna hurt you. Like you're terrified to ask him how many sets he has left because he always looks angry. But it's just like, oh yeah, just 2. I don't think he would just pop off for anything. I mean, I think you'd have to earn it. Yeah, you put gloves on and he just fucking scowls. Absolutely. That is Angron 100%. I mean, it works. Whatever he's doing is working. I mean, he's bright red. He's bright red. Like, his tone is just bright. He's more red than Magnus. Because the gear he's taking. He isn't taking it well. He gets angry very easily. But I think you're going to have to earn it. I don't think he just gets mad at you for asking how many sets he has left. Honestly. Because I think in the lore, he isn't always a rabid animal. He just is most of the time a rabid animal. But you kind of have to earn it a little bit. Now, where does this go? Because it works. I don't really want to be around this guy. But he's not D tier. I don't think he's mid. I'm going to say he's B tier. Personally. Where he is in regards... Because Jagged Eye, it works. Magnus, he just has good genetics. I'm going to say in the middle. Middle C tier. Or B tier. Middle B tier. I think that's a good place to put him. I think he's comfortable there. Because he's like not the greatest guy to be in the gym with. But at least his shit works, right? At least you can kind of respect it. Dorn, I definitely think I'm going to go with what I said the other day about Dorn. I think I'm going to stick with it. I think he is the superset guy. How many of you guys do supersets in here? Because I'm about to call you out. I'm sorry. So the superset guy with dumbbells, right? The only reason, I swear, every time I go to the gym and there's the superset guy with dumbbells, he's just sitting there with his little dumbbells. And he's all hunched up, kind of looking around. I'm going to say it. Dumbbell superset guys are very insecure. If that's all you do, is just dumbbell supersets, you're on the same fucking bench the entire hour, you're sitting there with your dumbbells, your wall of dumbbells, and like everything from the 5s to the hundies are taken by the superset guy, that's insecurity. That shows me that you hadn't had an emotional need met when you were a child, because you really feel like you need this wall of dumbbells to protect yourself, right? I think you didn't get hugged enough. I think you really just kind of want a hug, but you're too afraid to ask. I don't think that's a bad thing. And I think you're subconsciously building up a protective barrier around you. Right? That's what's happening. Because sometimes I'll see these guys and they have like 6 different weights and they're all strewn around their bench in like a circle. Right? And I'm like, so are you just building a wall? I'm sorry, it's too perfect. I will not budge that is who he is. Now, where he goes on the list, I don't know. I feel like that's C tier. I think he looks fine. I don't think his physique is mid. I don't think Dorn is mid. I just think he needs a hug. I think we're going to make a separate tier right above C. I don't know. Outer row above. I think it's needs a hug. I think he's in needs a hug out of 10. Alfarius, Omegon, they're definitely gym partners. I would say they're sort of like they're doing shit that you don't know what it is. But they're doing it with cables and you think it's working abs? And they're spotting each other. I don't think that's F tier. I think they look incredible, but you don't know why. Because when you're watching them work out, you're like, what the fuck is happening, right? But like, they look good, so should I start doing that? Is that like obliques? What are you doing, right? Definitely using Bosu balls. Definitely doing weird shit, just weird shit with Bosu balls. Like, you know how you see people with their max squat or something, and they're like, I'm doing my max squat on a Bosu ball for functional training. And go to the fight club, you just don't know it. Yeah, exactly. Like, they're training, you feel like their training is oddly specific, but also kind of like you don't know why they're doing the things they're doing, but they're spotting each other. And you're like, what exactly are you looking for, though? Like, what is improper form with this exercise? That's Alfarius Omegon. I think I'm going to put him in D tier. I don't think they're F tier, because I think I'm going to reserve that for Conrad Kurz. That's the only guy I really don't want to be around in the gym. I'm going to put him before the weird supplements guy. I'm going to put him before Lorgar on that. Because Lorgar is, like, really trying to spread the word about the snake venom that he heard about from Magnus. And, like, trying to be like, no, you need to take intra-workout BCAAs. That's what Erebus told me. Right? He's fucking annoying, but he's not bad like that guy. He's, like, annoying, but, like, you can kind of forgive him for it. Alfarius Omegon are just, like, confusing. Ferris Menace is next. This one's throwing me for a loop, guys. I don't know what Ferris Menace does. I think he's using only machines. I think it just fits. I don't think only machines is bad, mind you. I think he definitely looks incredible. I think Ferris Bueller goes in A or B tier. I think his machine-only workout really works. I think you consider only using machines. I think he goes in A tier because he's an inspiration. I think he's an inspiration to everybody. I think he goes before... Honestly, I think he goes before Horus. I think he's closer to S tier. I think this guy's fucking incredible. Right? We're just gonna go... We're gonna go A tier, almost S tier. I think Ferris goes there. The Lion is next. The Lion is old school bodybuilding. He's been doing the same shit since Arnold, right? He does his 21s. He really wants to be like Arnold. I think the Lion definitely does old school stuff. I think he still uses the notebook. He's the notebook guy for sure. He has a tiny notebook. He doesn't use like the apps. He doesn't use the apps. We're gonna get to the apps here in a second. I don't think he uses apps. I think he uses old school tracking. Honestly, it works. I think he swears he's all natural too, but he's definitely hiding something. I don't think he says he's all natural. Okay, I'm gonna put him in D tier. I don't know if he goes, I think he goes before Lorgar. I'm sorry, Lorgar. He's middle D tier. Middle D tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. Nah, I'm sorry. Listen, that old school bodybuilding guy says he's not on gear. Definitely on gear. That's just annoying. I'm sorry. He's hiding something. It's secret. He's being way too secretive about it. D tier. Pretty solid D tier. Robute Gilliman, kind of an offshoot of the Lion. Listen, he is the optimized guy, but he's not old school optimized. He watches little Bronze Age edits, but he also does more science stuff. Right? He's a science-based lifter. He watches Renaissance periodization. He watches Jeff Nippard. This is just me, guys, by the way. I am Gilliman. He has the app. He has his own little app, right? That he uses all the time. That's where he logs his progress, right? And he's like, it's all about the stretch at the bottom. You gotta stretch at the bottom. Yeah, I think Gilliman is new school. Has every app and the smartwatch. Yes, he's decked out. He has the best equipment. He has the charts. And yes, absolutely. Robert Gilliman doesn't have an app. He sells the app. He might be an influencer. You're so right. He might be an influencer. But the influencer life chose him. He did not choose it. Right? People are just like, you started a channel. And he's like, fine, fuck it. I'll just do it. And then he does it and he gets popular overnight. No, he definitely has the apps. He may have made the app. Yes. He uses wrist wraps. Engron gets pissed at him. He says he's a cheater. He says there's no honor in wraps. But he's like, I'm telling you, man, like if you just tried your back exercises with a little extra grip help, you could really push some more weight. I'm telling you, there's science. And Engron just like gets mad at him. And I think he does the science-based stuff 100%. And if it isn't proven by a meta-analysis, if it isn't backed by a meta-analysis, he doesn't fucking do it. He doesn't try new things very often. He's kind of safe. He plays it safe. But he does keep up with science. We do love a sciencey guy. I think A or B tier. But I'd say Gilliman's natural. I think he's science-based. I think it works. Which would probably put him in A tier. But, like, he doesn't think... He really is hesitant to do anything that isn't a meta-analysis proven thing. So maybe B tier? Like, high B tier? Like, before Jagged Eye? It's also his only quiet time? Yeah, he does that to get away from the kids, for sure. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of like Horus. I think I'm going to put him in A tier. I don't think he really encourages people, so I'm going to put him after Horus. But I think he's on the same tier as Horus. Corvus Corax. Oh, we talked about Corvus the other day. This one's perfect. I think it was Danny who said this. He is the guy who wears a gigantic hoodie with headphones and like his hood's pulled up and he's like really quiet. And he's like not mean, but he's just really quiet. I think Corvus has a sleeper build. Looks like he's trying to rob the gym. Absolutely. This is the guy that right before he leaves the gym, he takes the pump cover off, does a couple sets, poses, blesses the gym with his physique, and then fucks off. And you're like, wait, come back. That's Corvus. You don't know what he's doing because he's just blending in the entire time. So I don't know what he does for workouts. I think I've seen him on the lat pull down though. But like, you don't know exactly what he does. And you can't catch him to ask his split. Right? But his body's fucking incredible. Like if he wears a t-shirt, you don't think he lifts. That's Corvus. Like maybe just kind of naturally muscled. But then he takes it off and he's just fucking shredded. But you can never ask him what he does. I don't want to put him in B tier, but I feel like there's too many people in A tier. Yeah, nobody knows his routine, but he's like, and if you ask him how many, like, you know, he won't spot you. He's too busy. Needs a hug? Ooh, yeah, he does kind of need a hug. I feel like I need to make a separate category for him. I think he's a beast all his own. Hold on. We're going to put him in needs a hug just because I want to put a separate category in. You have to befriend, like he is like a crow. Yeah, you'll befriend him with little bits of pre-workout. Or something like that. He definitely takes a lot of pre-workout. I feel like not as much as Mortarion. I would say his tier, holy shit, who is that guy out of 10? I think that's between A and S tier. I think that's a solid lineup, guys. Maybe, honestly, I feel like that could be above S tier, but I don't want to put anything above S tier. I think that is such okay, I'm sorry. No, we're just going to go with it. Listen, vibes are vibes. I can't deny the vibes here. I think that's slightly above S tier. I'm sorry. I'm going to put Corvus above S tier. I know, come for me, whatever, burn the house down, come with me your pitchforks and torches. I don't care. He deserves that. I think the guy who has such a superb sleeper build goes there. I think that guy who just blesses the gym with his physique fucks off, but you can befriend him with protein bars. I think that deserves it above S tier. So that's our list. Little crumbs of protein bars? Yeah. You befriend him like a little raven. And the next thing you know, like you don't ever plan, like you notice that you go to the gym at the same time, right? You're always going to the gym at the same time as Corvus, and you're like putting little protein bars. No, we're calling him a crow. This is how you befriend crows. Befriend your local corvids. You put down little scraps of protein bars, and he associates you with the protein bar. I still don't think Magnus goes to the gym. He goes to a rock climbing gym, which most people don't even count as a gym anyway. So that's the thing, is that he is only there for the rock climbing. Like, he is incredible on any route. He's the type that goes to the rock climbing gym and then, like, flashes every route and then fucks off. And you're just sitting there like, I'm on my V2, dog. Like, how are you doing this? Right? That's Magnus. That's Magnus. He does a very specialized form of training, but he does go to the gym. He eats 15 raw oysters after every workout. Because of the magnesium. Because he just doesn't want to take a fucking supplement. The all-natural guy? Yeah. Listens to podcasts, but not like Andrew Huberman. Either that or he gets folded like a lawn chair in BJJ 3 times a week. Yeah, absolutely. He does something like that. I feel like he would get folded, but he's like, I swear, guys, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be able to do it this time. He goes because it's the most intellectual combat sport. It really is. Yeah, man, this bug produces way more testosterone, so I eat at least. Exactly. Danny said that he is most likely to say, yeah, the secret is you just gotta take a shit at 4 a.m. Exactly 4 a.m. every day. Like, it has some proof. The way that people would say it is that it has promising evidence. But he's like, promising? That means it works. And it might not. Because it's only studied on fucking rats, right? You know? There's only ever been rat studies. He swears it works. No, man. I stopped going to the doctor 10 years ago. I don't need to anymore. I'm good. Like, he's like, nah, man, I just don't go to the doctor. I'm too healthy. He's got an iron deficiency. There's some chemical in it that has dyed his skin. Yeah, it's like that guy who had silver and now he's like blue. He looks like Papa Smurf. Same thing. Same shit.